Good morning, class! For today, we will proceed with Lesson 2, which is about preparing starches and cereal dishes.
This, and this. Did you know that these are not the only cereals that we consume as human beings? Cereals or grains are the seeds of certain grasses. The most common are wheat, oats, and corn. To most people, cereals designate only breakfast cereals. And while the term cereal foods actually does include also commercial products made from cereals such as pasta, cornstarch, and different types of flour. For this lesson, here are our learning targets. Number 1, I can identify tools and equipment needed in the preparation of starch and cereal dishes. Number 2, I can name the types of grains, whole grains, and cereals. Number 3, I can explain the nutritional value and components of starch. Let's proceed to the tools and equipment used in preparing starch and cereal dishes. We will only focus on the common kitchen tools. Colander. It is used to drain the liquid from pasta, vegetables, and salad. Rice cooker is used for cooking rice and other foods. Measuring cups is used for measuring dry and liquid ingredients, while the measuring spoon is used for measuring dry and liquid ingredients which require a little amount. Slotted spoon is used like a small sieve to retrieve items from a cooking liquid while preserving the liquid in the pot. Steamer is a special container used for steaming food such as puto, kuchinta, and other native delicacies. Strainer is used for separating liquids from fine or solid food particles. And tongs is used for handling hot foods. Cereals and whole grain foods. Cereals are commonly called as grains. Grains are seeds of certain grasses like wheat, oats, corn, and rice. Generally, all food that is made up of grains are called cereals, like pasta, cornstarch, and starches, and different types of flour like wheat flour. Types of cereals. There are 3 types of cereal: the whole grains, refined grains, and enriched refined grains. Whole grains are cereals that is made up of whole grain seed, including the bran, and the sperm, and the germ. Refined grains are made up only of endosperm. Enriched refined grains are refined grains with added vitamins and minerals. Here is an illustration of a whole grain where the 3 parts can be seen. The outer hard shell is the bran, which is filled with fiber and B vitamins. The endosperm is the middle layer of the grain that is mostly made up of carbohydrates. The germ is the inner layer which contains vitamins, minerals, and proteins and plant compounds. Whole grains provide many important nutrients like fiber, vitamins, minerals, protein, antioxidants, and plant compounds. As you can also see, refined grain is made up only of endosperm, which is only made up of carbohydrates. So in short, it is healthier to buy products made up of whole grain because whole grain contains a lot more vitamins and minerals and nutrients compared to the products that is made up of refined grains. Kinds of whole grain. There are many kinds of whole grains, including oatmeal, popcorn, millet, quinoa, rice, wheat berry, wheat, buckwheat, barley, and sorghum. Starch. These are odorless, tasteless white substance that is found widely in plant tissues and obtained chiefly from cereals and potatoes and rice. It is the main source of carbohydrate and play an important role in a healthy diet. Starchy foods gives us the energy we need to keep going each day. They are rich in vitamins and minerals, and the whole grain varieties contain plenty of fiber. Starchy foods are low in fat too, so they can help us stay in shape. Types of starchy foods. Potatoes. These are great choice of starchy food and a good source of energy, fiber, vitamins, and potassium. Potatoes are a healthy choice when boiled, baked, mashed, or roasted with only a small amount of fat or oil and no added salt. Fried potatoes should be avoided because potatoes can absorb most of the fat in the oil. Bread is a healthy choice to eat, especially breads that is made up of whole grains. Breads can also be presented in different types of ways and can be served any time of the day. Cereal products. They are made up of grains and they can be a good source of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and protein. This includes different breakfast cereals and oatmeals. Starches. We have 4 commonly used starches that is great for cooking: arrowroot starch, tapioca starch, potato starch, and cassava starch. Starches are typically used as thickeners and stabilizers in foods such as puddings, custards, soups, sauces, gravies, pie fillings, and salad dressings, and to make noodles and pastas. Rice and grains. They are excellent source of starchy food and they are low in fat, good value for money, and give energy to the body. As Asians, rice is a big part of our diet and we prepare them in different ways. Pasta is another healthy option to base your meal on. This will be our main focus on our next topic. Methods of cooking rice and grains. Rice is the second most popular grain after corn and is eaten as a staple food in ethnic cuisines around the world. It is combined with a wide range of ingredients to create soups, salads, side dishes, and desserts. Before cooking the rice, always wash before cooking it. Change the water often until it is clear. This removes the loose starch and prevents the rice from becoming pasty in cooking. Washing rice is designed to remove excess starch from broken grains and has very little effect on nutrients. With modern milling, there is less need to wash rice, but it may produce a fluffier result. The first method is the absorption method. In this method of preparing rice, you cook the rice with an equal or slightly greater volume of water, then cook over low heat until the rice has absorbed all of the water. In the absorption method, water is boiled first before adding the rice, and then it is covered until it has absorbed all the liquid. KLEAFS method. KLEAFS is a type of Indian rice. In this method, rice is sautéed first, which gives additional flavor to the rice. It also helps keep the grains separate and less sticky. Next is the boiling method. It is sometimes referred to as the pasta method that produces tender grains of rice that completely separates and not sticky. Just like the cooking of pasta, the water is also drained off after the boiling process in the rice. Although boiling is a very easy method to execute, it should be noted that water-soluble nutrients, including those in enriched rice, will disperse in the cooking water and will be lost when water is drained off. So this method is not recommended for everyday rice preparation. Steamed and simmered. Unlike boiling, the simmering and steaming methods use a measured amount of liquid to ensure the proper texture of the finished product. The gentler, less agitated heat of simmering releases less starch from the rice, keeping it from becoming sticky. This method yields long-grain rice that is tender and fluffy. It is good for rice used as a starch to accompany stews and other entrees. Short-grain rice cooked by this method is tender with unbroken grains as with sushi rice. Porridge. It is prepared by boiling grains such as oatmeal and rice, simmered in liquid until the grains swell and thicken the mixture. Risotto. It is a method of cooking rice in Italy. It begins by sweating aromatics in fat, then rice is added, and the liquid is added one ladle at a time. The dish is finished with butter and cheese. The result is a hearty dish of short-grain rice bound in a rich sauce thickened by own starch of the rice.
For CSMA Values Integration, remember that this topic is about teaching you life skills that will help you to be mindful not just in the kitchen but also in the outside world. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. When we are mindful, we reduce stress, enhance performance, gain insight and awareness through observing our own mind, and increase our attention to others' well-being. That's all for today. See you on our next meeting. Bye!